The feeling of unworthiness that you carry, it's not yours. It's just a program, one that you picked up in order to survive, to be accepted, to fit in, to be loved. But the truth is that you were born worthy. And in this video, we're going to start unpacking the lie. Hello my beautiful souls, welcome into this video. I made a video about a week ago about how I discovered that I have an unworthiness wound. I'm going to put it here as well as in the description box below if you want to check that out. When I discovered that I had this wound, I did not realize how much that it is playing in my external reality. It's inside of my body, this wound, this deep, deep wound of mine that's playing out. It's behind me, I couldn't see it, but it's projecting itself into everything that I'm seeing in my physical reality. And the first step to changing anything is becoming aware of it. So if you have an unworthiness wound, whatever it is for you that you feel like you have to try for, when we have this belief that we have to work and earn being loved, accepted, valued, provided for, this is an illusion that keeps us trapped in cycles of exhaustion, of unworthiness, of chasing. When you are in that energy, you are not in feminine energy. You do not feel safe enough to receive those things just by being you. You have to perform, you have to act, you have to do, you have to become in order to get that thing that you are missing. And I know how this feels deeply. My YouTube journey is really the thing that is exploding all of these wounds into my face. It's showing me all of the things that I could not previously see, and it's pulling it all up to be released. So I wanted to share a few things that I am doing in order to move through these things, because I know that I am not alone in feeling unworthy. So if you're watching this video, number one, like I said, you gotta be aware. You have to find that wound and you have to look at it. And a lot of the times, this is gonna bring me into step two, you're gonna have to trace it all the way back to childhood. Now, I understand that there are many of us who went through traumatic events, things that our subconscious has pushed down very, very low. And sometimes it is difficult because of the subconscious mind trying to protect us. It is difficult to remember our childhood. It is difficult to remember things that happened. So if you cannot trace it all the way back, that's okay. When you are unsure if you have an unworthy wound or not, all you need to do is look to your external reality. What is being mirrored to you? Because the external, all that it is a projection of what is on the inside. So if you are not living the life of your dreams, if you're not in a healthy relationship, if you're not in a job that makes you feel joyful and doesn't suck the life out of you, those kinds of things, if you are looking in your external reality and you're broke and you're in a toxic relationship and you are feeling like you're constantly in a cycle that you cannot get out of, you don't feel loved by your family, you feel like an outcast, all of these things are showing you a wound that is within you. And when you, number one, have that awareness, that's when you can start to heal. So because these things started in childhood, you are going to need to connect to your inner child. Give your inner child what they needed. And they will tell you when you sit with them. So you're going to want to go into meditation. You're going to want to get really quiet. You're going to want to sit with them until they open up to you, feel safe around you, feel like you are a safe adult to trust with their feelings. And then they will express to you what they need. Did they need love? Did they need attention? Did they need connection? Did they need comfort? Did they need reassurance? And when you understand what your inner child needs, now it is your responsibility to give that to yourself. And by giving it to yourself, you're giving it to them. A lot of the times, as adults, we are looking to the external reality to prove that we are enough, to prove that we are worthy, to prove that we are valuable. And when we look to the external for the materialization of that worthiness and we don't see it, we take that on as a belief that we are not what we are searching for. And so we must change something, we must do something else in order to become what we are trying to get. But this is so backwards. The only way that you can see something in your external reality is to have it within first. It's that projection, like I said. So if you are feeling unworthy, you need to recognize what that wound is, and you need to start giving it to yourself. What is being brought up in me, for an example, por ejemplo, is I feel unworthy of being a content creator and making money from that. I feel unworthy of being seen, of feeling like my wisdom deserves to be heard. So when I stop looking for this validation to confirm if I am worthy or not in the external, and I just go within and I give myself what I need, when the internal switches, that is the only thing that can make the external switch. So connect with that inner child, start healing that wound, and start giving yourself what you need, and it will manifest. It will show up in your external reality, because that is law. As within, so without. The next thing that I am doing to try and heal this wound within myself and try to remember that I am worthy is connecting with my higher self. So again, this is going to be in meditation, and what I want you to do is sit in meditation and sit in the knowing that everything you want is yours. There's a fly in here. A divine feminine has the quality of being magnetic. This is one of the most amazing things about being in your divinity, about sitting in that feminine energy, is you have the magnetic pull to bring things towards you. And that magnetism is rooted in the knowing that what you want is already yours. In the knowing, not in the belief, not in the hope, not in the wishing for, in the knowing. So when you sit in your higher self's energy and you know that what you want, what you need, what you desire is already yours, you are sitting in the frequency. The only thing that separates you from your higher self is the belief that you are separate and the energy that is produced from the belief that you are separate. So when you sit in the knowing that you are a fractal of source energy, you are made in the image of God, which means that you are so worthy, you are so divine, you are capable of creating your world. When you sit in that and you remember who you are, the more often that you can do this throughout your day, the more often that you're pulling that frequency towards you through that magnetism. You're remembering your birthright. You're remembering that you don't have to work or earn anything. Your energy alone is enough. Your presence alone is valuable. So pulling that in, pulling in the remembrance, sitting in the energy, that is how you're going to start to shift. Another really important thing to do is ask yourself this question every day. What would I do today if I truly believed that everything I desire is already on its way? When you ask yourself that question and you be in the present moment, that is when things start to shift. Because you are not afraid about tomorrow, because right now you are okay. And you know that in every now, you will be okay. And when you are struggling with something, let's use lack as an example, a lack of finances. and you are penny pinching, you are stressfully spending your money, you are concerned about the money for tomorrow, but you ask yourself this question: what would you do differently today if you trusted and believed that everything you desire is already on its way? Would you spend the money without having your hand on it like this? Would you invest in yourself? Would you trust that tomorrow you will be provided for? That mindset shift is what we need to do. There's so many parts to this healing, but your inner child, your higher self, and your mindset are the 3 keys to unlock everything for you. Healing that past wound, remembering that yes, something happened to you, but that time is gone. Right now, in this now moment, that no longer exists, because the only moment that is real is right now. Allowing yourself to heal from that moment, to close up that wound, and to move forward. Sitting with your higher self, connecting to her, knowing that she is not separate from you. Knowing that all you have to do is shift your energy, and you are already there. And working on your mindset. If you're constantly thinking thoughts like, I am unworthy, I am not enough, I am broke, I am not provided for, I am scared, you are just affirming what you see in your reality. And we no longer want to affirm that. We want to move away from the reality that we're seeing. And the only way to do that is to go within. So switching your affirmations from all of these negative things that are affirming what you are not, because like I said, you are a fractal of source energy. You are made in the image of God. You are divine. So when you are these things, you cannot be those negative affirmations that you're saying. I am worthy. I am enough. I am abundant. I am provided for. I am safe. I am valuable. I am luxury. That's my favorite one. And affirming what you are will manifest into your reality. What you focus on expands. So if we're constantly focused on these wounds that we have, whether we're aware of them or not, that wound is going to expand. I know that once I really focus on the healing of this unworthiness wound that I have, and I start to switch my energy, I will no longer attract people, places, things, experiences that reflect that wound. I will start to attract better, more things that are aligned, my true energy. So these are a few things that I'm doing, and I do want to read just this part of my journal with you guys because it is relevant and I think it may help you. You are worthy. You always have been, and you always will be. No amount of work, proving, or striving will ever change that, because it was never something you had to earn in the first place. Let that wash over you. Let it sink in. Let yourself receive it. God wants you to see yourself the way that He sees you, a divine daughter who is already enough. There's nothing that you have to do. You alone are valuable. Something that I want you to carry with you through this week is the affirmation, I am worthy just by existing. I love you so much. I hope this video helped. We'll see you in the next one.